Hello everyone, I am Akanksha Shahane. Today we will discuss about a great poet of American English literature who was known for his simple poetries, and he did not use complex words in his poetries so that everyone can understand his poetries, and most of his poems were related to nature. I am talking about an American poet, Robert Frost, who was born on 26 March 1874 and died on 29 January 1963. He is the greatest American poet. So today we are going to discuss his poetry, Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. Friends, this is a very simple poem and we can understand it text by text. So friends, let me start our video. Let's begin. Stanza 1. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though he will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. The narrator is traveling through woods and wondering who owns these. He knows the person and his house isn't anywhere nearby but in a village. He is deciding to stop there for a while because he is struck by the beauty of falling snow and the way it is filling up the woods. Its owner lives somewhere else, so he cannot see the narrator stopping in his woods. Stanza 2. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near, between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He is now contemplating what his horse might be thinking. It must be weird for the little horse that its owner is standing in the middle of woods because they must be always stopping in some farmhouse. It is winter, so the time is the darkest evening of the year. They have stopped in the wilderness which is between the woods and frozen lake. Stanza 3. He gives his harness bell a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. Now we know why the narrator thought of his horse, because the horse has now shaken its harness bell. It must be thinking whether it is some mistake. The bell is the only sound in such a stillness apart from the sound of easy wind and softly falling snowflakes. So here is the last stanza of this poem. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. So the narrator is commenting upon the beauty which he is witnessing. He is almost refreshing himself in nature, but the world to which a human belongs beckons him again. He is reminded of those promises which he has made. He must take leave from this beauty of nature and the epiphanic pleasure which comes from it. It becomes a universal statement about human life which cannot halt for beauty alone. Living comes with responsibility. So friends, here is the sound of harness bell. And here is the glossary of Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. The structure and poetic devices in Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. First is meter. This poem is written in iambic tetrameter. Second is rhyme scheme. The rhyme scheme is AABA, BBCD, CCDC, DDDD. Third is repetition. Repetition is used only in the poem's final two lines, and the lines are and miles to go before I sleep and miles to go before I sleep. Fourth is personification. In poetry, personification refers to applying human traits or emotions to non-human objects or animals. In the third stanza, in lines 9 and 10, The narrator's horse is personified when it shaken its harness bell to question why they have stopped. Fifth is alliteration. Alliteration refers to the use of two or more words that begin with the same sound in close proximity to one another. There are several examples of alliteration in stopping by woods. First is whose woods, second is his house, third is watch his woods fill up with, fourth is he gives his harness, fifth is sounds the sweep, sixth is dark and deep. So the prominent themes in Stopping by Woods. In poetry, themes are major ideas explored by the author through a poem's characters, setting, and plot. Themes are often abstract concepts like coming of age, pessimism, or immortality. So the major themes in this poem as following. First is isolation. The poem's narrator seems to find comfort in their own isolation. The first three stanzas focus heavily on the fact that they are alone and unnoticed as they stop in the dark woods. Lines like, "He will not see me stopping here," "to stop without a farmhouse near," and the only other sounds the sweep or of easy wind and downy flake, repeatedly remind the reader that the events of the poem take place far from any group or observer. The narrator enjoys the solitude of their journey and ponders briefly about abandoning their course in favor of remaining isolated and appreciating their earthly surroundings under the cover of night. Second is duty or responsibility. Duty and responsibility are also important themes in the poem. Despite the peace and comfort the narrator seems to feel while alone in the dark woods, they have promises to keep that prevent them from continuing to indulge in the serenity of their isolation. The rider is on their way to some destination to carry out some prearranged purpose, and while the peaceful woods tempt them to stay, their duty compels them to continue. So guys, I hope you understand this poem completely and I hope you like it. And the end of this video, I give you some exercise on this poem. Solve this exercise to understand the poem better. Thank you so much for watching this video.